Controversy in high school athletics once again of one of the state's best basketball players will be unable to play his senior year.
That's thanks to a rule that mostly goes unnoticed. 7 Action sports reporter Justin Rose found out when it is acted upon, it causes quite a stir, and this young man caught up in it.
Yeah, absolutely. It is an unfortunate situation, but let's get to the facts of the matter. Michigan State basketball signee Thomas Kithier was hoping he'd help the Clarkston basketball team repeat as state champions this season while starting to craft his education around communications, a degree he plans to pursue while in college. But basketball will have to wait another year after Kithier was deemed ineligible because of a transfer rule, one that's not enforced the same way to everyone.
Administration at Clarkston High School isn't mincing words when it comes to their feelings on senior Thomas Kithier's transfer block.
I've been in education for 25 years. This is, I think, about as angry as I've ever been in terms of what's happening to this young man.
Here's the timeline of events. Kithier moved to Clarkston on his own this past summer. He's been practicing with the team since the beginning of the school year as if he were going to be eligible. Meanwhile, administration was trying to make that happen, going through the proper channels to ensure the transfer would be completed without issue and comply with any and all regulations with the MHSAA.
I asked several times, is this correct? Are we okay? Are we doing things the right way? And it was yes, yes, yes. And then as soon as the MHSAA asked who the transfer student was, and we informed them it was Thomas Kithier, at that point the next conversation within 30 seconds changed very drastically.
The quote from the MHSAA person was, if Dakota had any they would not sign that form.
The fact of the matter is that hundreds of transfers happen every year across the state, and most go uncontested, as the MHSAA does not take action unless it is reported, which Dakota has done in this instance.
As Thomas Kithier sits, other kids in other schools transferred and they play. That's a complete injustice and it's unacceptable.
Now, I do have a statement from the Chippewa Valley Schools saying that we are disheartened by the disparaging remarks made against Chippewa Valley Schools in the Clarkston media releases. While we understand Clarkston's disappointment with the ruling, we feel their negative characterization of Dakota High School is unwarranted and unnecessary. Thomas Kithier began his career as a Chippewa as a kindergarten student, and over the year has participated in many events athletically and extracurricular-wise. He's an outstanding athlete and student. We wish him the best in his future endeavors. So there is one more cause of action. Clarkston is trying to get to the MHSAA to have an emergency ruling with the board, and if they approve the transfer, he will be able to play in January, but they have to try to get that done still too.
But some appeals have already been turned down.
Some appeals have been turned down, but again, the bigger issue here is that transfers have basically been going unnoticed unless somebody says, no, you can't do that. And in this case, academics and athletics kind of take precedent there.
And his future is
and
paying
his future
the
is
price.
in the balance. Yeah.